What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Arcadian. This stars Nicolas Cage, who plays a single father with two teenage boys, and this is a post-apocalyptic story where the creatures only come out at nighttime. This is sort of like a quiet place, just without the quiet. So it's just like a place. This film, I think the trailers didn't really get me excited to see it. The first time I watched the trailer, I was kind of unimpressed. The second time I watched the trailer leading up to seeing the movie, I was like, okay, we'll see what this movie has to offer. It's got like a ridiculously high Rotten Tomatoes score. I was like, okay, that's a little intriguing. And I saw the first 20 minutes of this film and I was like, okay, I like the setup. I like the family dynamic. The father being very protective over these two boys who have a tendency to fight like brothers do, and how he kind of comes in and says enough. And I like that aspect of it, and how they have to be home before dark, make sure the house is boarded up. All that was really good. The one brother's working for one of the local farms, so he comes there and he goes back and he wants to go, and that family has a daughter who's around the same age who he starts to fall for, and one night he doesn't get home at the time he should. So Nicolas Cage tells the other brother, stay back, keep the house safe, I'm going to go get your brother. And craziness ensues. Craziness, when I say craziness, I mean total bullshit. This movie went from intriguing, good, and interesting to total horse manure. Yeah, I hated this film. The last like hour of the movie, I continued just seeing how many minutes we were into it, and I was like, oh my god, this is a task to get through, because everything that they set up doesn't pay off. With the two brothers, I understand brotherly rivalry and all that, but the script does nothing for you to get emotionally invested into any of these characters. You like Nicolas Cage because he's Nicolas Cage. You watch this movie because Nicolas Cage is in it. I mean, Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite actors, so when I saw that he was doing this movie, I was like, yeah, I'm going to put it on the list. It's Nicolas Cage. Love Nicolas Cage. What they do with his character, do you remember what they did to Princess Leia in Star Wars The Last Jedi, where she was put into a coma for half the film? Well, that's what Nicolas Cage's character, that's what happens to him in this film. But when he's in the film, he's good. But guess what? He's not in the he's not even in like half the movie. I mean, if you see it, it'll be like, oh my god, that was disappointing. So then you got these brothers that you got to follow, who you don't care about, and you don't care about the relationship. The relationship that the one brother has with the girl he meets, you don't care about. Some of the writing is really bad. The lighting in the film is bad. Like half the time it was so dark and poorly lit. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? Like what am I watching here? What is this? So that was just like so distracting that I was like squinting to be like, what am I looking at here? And that happened a lot in the film. A lot of the night stuff looks pretty bad. The day stuff looks okay though. Pretty nice cinematography. And I've seen a review where the guy said, oh, the creature design is really cool. I didn't like the creature design. I'm looking at this creature and I'm like, I can't even tell what the hell this thing is. I don't know. It just didn't look good to me, and it kind of looked like a PlayStation 2 graphic. I mean, it looked really bad, and what it did, like it has like a certain movement that it does. It's like, what am I looking at right now? I mean, not a fan of any of it. It just didn't pay off. And by the end of the film, you're just like, oh my god, please just end. Please just end. I mean, there's a conflict that comes about with the boy and the farm people, and just one thing of nonsense after the other. It's like, okay. And the movie ended, I was just like, oh, that was the most uneventful, boring, dull, uninteresting, unexciting film that I've ever seen. Well, one of. I mean, this is a bad movie. This is a bad movie. This is a half, 0.5, because of that first 20 minutes. The rest of the film, I'm going to try to erase from my memory. So that's where we're at with Arcadian. Guys, comment down below. Did you see this movie? What are your thoughts about it? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a bunch of reviews up on the channel. We got new reviews for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 and 3 up on the channel now. Also, upcoming reviews, we got Love Lies Bleeding, Abigail, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Godzilla X Kong, a lot of exciting stuff, plus Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. We talked about that for its 25th anniversary. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72, and Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. And that's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Arcadian. And until next time, over and out.